Have you ever wondered who would win in a fight between a chimpanzee and a caracal? Well, you're in for a treat as we delve into this intriguing matchup. On one side of the ring, we have the chimpanzee, a primate known for its intelligence and strength. They're native to the African continent with a muscular build and a brain that's twice the size of most mammals of similar size. Now, let's turn our attention to the other contender, the caracal. This cat species is a master of stealth and agility, hailing from Africa and parts of Asia. Caracals are known for their distinctive tufted ears and their prowess in hunting. Their powerful hind legs give them an edge in speed and jumping abilities. As we explore this face-off, we'll be comparing these two animals based on their strengths and weaknesses. Now that we know our contenders, let's delve into their strengths and weaknesses. First up, our primate contender, the chimpanzee. A creature of remarkable abilities, the chimpanzee is an embodiment of intelligence, agility, and raw strength. Each of these traits could play a significant role in a fight, making the chimpanzee a formidable adversary. Let's begin with intelligence. Chimpanzees are known for their problem-solving skills and cognitive abilities, often considered the smartest of all primates. They use tools, plan for future events, and even communicate in complex ways. In a combat situation, this intelligence could allow a chimpanzee to strategize, anticipate its adversary's moves, and respond swiftly. Next, we have agility. Agile as a gymnast, a chimpanzee can maneuver through trees with astonishing speed and precision. Their long arms and powerful legs allow them to swing, leap, and clamber with ease. This agility could prove advantageous in a fight, offering the chimpanzee the ability to dodge attacks, change positions rapidly, and launch surprise assaults. Now, let's talk about strength. Chimpanzees are incredibly strong. It's estimated that a chimpanzee is about 4 to 5 times stronger than a human of similar size. They have the power to pull apart tree branches, crack open hard-shelled fruits, and even lift heavy objects. In a fight, this strength could allow a chimpanzee to deliver powerful blows, resist attacks, and potentially overpower its opponent. In addition to these attributes, chimpanzees also possess large, sharp canine teeth, which they can use as weapons in a fight. Their strong jaws can deliver a powerful bite, capable of inflicting serious damage. But it's not just about the physical attributes. The social nature of chimpanzees means they have experience with conflict and reconciliation within their groups. This experience could potentially add another layer to their combat skills. Clearly, the chimpanzee is a strong contender, but what about the caracal? Now let's turn our attention to the agile and stealthy caracal. The caracal, a magnificent creature that's as mysterious as it is formidable. Known for its speed and agility, this wildcat is a force to be reckoned with. Let's start with speed. The caracal can reach speeds of up to 50 miles per hour. That's faster than the speed of the fastest human in the world. This speed gives the caracal an advantage when it comes to catching prey, but it could also be beneficial in a fight, allowing them to dart in and out before their opponent even realizes what's happening. But speed isn't the caracal's only strength. They're armed with sharp claws that are not only used for hunting, but also as a defensive weapon. These claws can inflict serious damage on an opponent, especially one that's not expecting a swift swipe from the stealthy predator. And speaking of hunting, the caracal is a master. They're known for their impressive jumping ability, able to leap up to 10 feet in the air to catch birds in flight. This skill could certainly throw a curveball in a fight, catching an opponent off guard and giving the caracal the upper hand. Not only are caracals fast and agile, but they're also incredibly adaptable. They can thrive in a variety of environments, from the arid savannas of Africa to the mountainous regions of Asia. This adaptability could prove advantageous in a fight, allowing the caracal to adjust to different circumstances and use their environment to their advantage. Finally, let's not forget about their keen senses. With excellent hearing and eyesight, the caracal can detect even the slightest movements or sounds, making it difficult for an opponent to sneak up on them. So there you have it, the caracal, a swift, sharp-clawed, hunting expert with adaptability and keen senses to boot. It's clear that these traits could give the caracal a significant advantage in a fight. With such impressive skills, the caracal certainly seems to be a formidable opponent. Despite their strengths, chimpanzees also have some weaknesses. Let's take a moment to delve into those areas where our primate friends might not be so well equipped, particularly when it comes to a face-off with a caracal. First and foremost, let's talk about weaponry, or rather, the lack thereof. Unlike many of their jungle counterparts, chimpanzees don't come equipped with natural weapons. Sure, they have strong arms and a formidable bite, but they lack the sharp claws and fangs that many predators, including the caracal, possess. This absence of natural weaponry could certainly put them at a disadvantage in a fight, as they have to rely on their strength and agility rather than razor-sharp tools. Another potential weakness of chimpanzees is their social nature. Now you might be thinking, wait a minute, isn't their social structure one of their strengths? And you'd be right, but in a one-on-one showdown, this social structure could actually be a disadvantage. See, chimpanzees are used to living and working in groups. They're not solitary fighters. They rely on their community for support, for defense, and even for offense. But in a face-off with a caracal, they wouldn't have that support. And then there's the size factor. While chimpanzees are typically larger than caracals, their bulk could actually work against them. Being larger means they're not as agile or quick, which could put them at a disadvantage when up against the swift and nimble caracal. Finally, we have to consider the chimpanzees' diet. They're omnivores, yes, but their diet leans heavily towards fruits and plants. This means they don't have the same predatory instincts as the caracal, which is a strict carnivore. Their lack of hunting experience could potentially put them at a disadvantage in a fight. These weaknesses could potentially give the caracal an edge. But remember, every animal has its strengths and weaknesses, and the outcome of a fight would depend on a multitude of factors. So stay tuned as we delve into the weaknesses of the caracal in our next segment. Like the chimpanzee, the caracal also has its own set of weaknesses. As we delve into this scene, let's take a moment to appreciate the beauty and grace of the caracal, while also recognizing that, like all creatures, it has its limitations. One of the most notable weaknesses of the caracal is its solitary nature. Unlike chimpanzees, which thrive in social groups and communities, caracals are lone hunters. This means they lack the strategic advantage of numbers and the potential for coordinated attacks that the chimpanzees leverage so well. This solitary behavior is not just a preference, but an ingrained part of the caracal's nature, which could spell trouble in a face-off against a socially savvy opponent like a chimpanzee. Another weakness of the caracal lies in its preferred prey. Caracals are adept hunters with a knack for catching small to medium-sized prey, such as rodents and birds. Their bodies are built for speed and agility, enabling them to make impressive leaps to catch birds in midair. However, when it comes to larger, more formidable opponents, the caracal may find itself outmatched. The caracal's preference for smaller prey means it is not naturally equipped to take on a foe as large and as powerful as a chimpanzee. Furthermore, while caracals are excellent jumpers, they are not particularly strong climbers, unlike their primate counterparts. This could potentially put them at a disadvantage in a scenario where vertical space becomes a key factor. Despite these weaknesses, it's important to remember that the caracal is a skilled and efficient predator in its own right. Its solitary nature and preference for smaller prey are not necessarily drawbacks in its natural habitat, but rather adaptations that have allowed it to thrive in diverse environments. But when pitted against a chimpanzee, these traits might not serve it as well. As we weigh these factors, it becomes apparent that the caracal's solitary nature, preference for smaller prey, and limited climbing abilities could indeed be significant weaknesses in a fight against a chimpanzee. These weaknesses might just tip the scales in favor of the chimpanzee. So, who would come out on top in a fight between a chimpanzee and a caracal? Let's recap. The chimpanzee, with its impressive strength and high intelligence, could undoubtedly put up a fierce fight. It's nimble, quick-thinking, and has the ability to use tools, which could be a game changer in a battle. On the other hand, the caracal is a force to be reckoned with. Its razor-sharp claws and exceptional agility make it a formidable opponent. This wildcat can leap high and strike with precision, giving it an edge in a face-off. Each animal's weaknesses could also play a significant role. The chimpanzee's lack of killer instinct could be a disadvantage, while the caracal's smaller size might leave it vulnerable. The outcome of such a fight could swing in either direction, depending on numerous variables. While it's impossible to say for sure who would win, it's clear that both the chimpanzee and the caracal are impressive animals in their own right.